wow, who the fuck cares about if there should be a child support or not? Wow, like, you all forgot what it's about, the child. You forced that kid into existence, and they deserve the best payout.
Look at that language. Force that kid into existence. So that you are the crux of the problem because you think existence is a burden.
It is.
It's a gift.
It is a burden.
No.
It's a gift and a burden.
That's why you think the way you think, because you literally have swallowed the brainwashing.
No, I love being alive, but that's definitely burdensome.
Too much fluoride for this one?
Way too much fluoride.
A lot of Gnostic-y kind of presuppositions about I'm trapped in my flesh.
I never said
relativism through and through.
I mean, we all face burdens, and you guys are lying if you say you've never felt burdened by life.
That's not what you said.
Existence is a gift. If any of us really believed that it was a burden, we wouldn't be here. We would have taken ourselves out a long time ago.
No, I think she had a good question though. Are you pro-choice, Brian?
It's an interesting question.
You're going to lose half your fans either way.
Every time.
Well, I mean, look, I've kind of already talked about it on the show. Frankly, there's certain political things I don't like to get into in terms of my views on it. Pro-life arguments are extremely compelling. However, I do see these sort of current status quo, like practically speaking, pretty much any woman in honestly any state, because I believe it's the case, even though some states I think they've outlawed practitioners, like women can get like the pill or whatever pretty much in any state is my understanding. Yeah. Even the states it's like banned, you can just order it, and I don't think on the federal, because I think the mail is on the federal level. I don't know the exact details of it. Practically speaking, any woman in this country can get an abortion, and truth be told, I kind of put men's rights advocacy above any sort of conservative values. I'm not even sure if I'm really even conservative, but it occurs to me that when it comes to reproductive rights, the current status quo is women have a monopoly on reproductive rights in this country, regardless of the state you're in. And then, for example, especially here in California, women have pretty much unlimited, unfettered access to abortion. So it does occur to me that it would be equal for men to be able to have what I call legal paternal surrender. We already talked about that. Some people call it paper abortion. If y'all can murder the kid, we should at least be able to abandon it.
So are you saying,
says Dave Chappelle,
are you saying that like because banning abortion is not realistic, it's better to go for, take a men's rights approach to the current like reproductive laws?
Well, I mean, that is the current status quo.
Right,
I think it's going to be, and since, the whole Roe v. Wade thing, that wasn't about banning abortion, that just put it back to the states. There are going to be some states that are going to make moves to limit women's access to abortion. There's going to be some states, for example, California. I can't imagine any scenario unless at the federal level there's a ban, which I'm not clear if that's going to ever happen, but any woman can get an abortion in California. Ergo, I think that any man in California who gets a woman pregnant, I'm not saying he should do this, but he should have the option to forego responsibility in the same way that women have that option, because we have a gynocentric, as you said, a gynocentric society. Women have all these rights without any corresponding duties or responsibilities. It occurs to me, if we're going to be on this equality, egalitarian thing, men should also have reproductive rights on this front.
Just essentially, like, you are against abortion, but because abortion is legal, you're for men's rights. Like, I guess
pro-life
equality.
Arguments are incredibly compelling,
so
and are not so easily dismissed.
What if
but on a practical level, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
if it was completely illegal, then would you feel differently, like if we did outlaw abortion across the board, or would you still want the men to be able to opt out?
If abortion was outlawed completely, then no. It would not be, men should not have the legal paternal surrender.
I think that's consistent. So.
Yeah, but it's not illegal really, so
right.
It occurs to me that this would be equality for the feminists, although feminism has never really been about equality, really.
Okay, so you said women have the monopoly on reproductive rights.
Yes.
I mean, women are the ones who reproduce, so doesn't it make sense that they would have the monopoly on reproductive rights? I mean,
They don't reproduce
Wait,
by
how
themselves.
do they reproduce? Yeah.
Well, they're the only ones who give birth.
Can a woman
So?
choose to get an abortion because she doesn't want to be financially responsible for the child?
Yeah, no,
Let's say she's willing to go through with the actual physical childbirth process, but it determines I'm kind of young, I'm not financially ready. So is that justification enough from your worldview for a woman to get an abortion?
Yeah, so I mean,
okay.
No, I was going to ask, do you consider, so you think that like the legal surrender, whatever, that you would consider that a reproductive right?
Yes.
Okay. I was curious what you were saying by reproductive rights.
Wait, but answer the actual question.
Oh, sorry, repeat the question.
So if a woman, let's say she's willing to go through the physical difficulty of being pregnant and through childbirth, but she's keen to get an abortion because for financial reasons, do you think that is pretext enough for a woman to get an abortion?
Yeah, but you
Okay.
already know I agree with the whole like financial surrender thing.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just saying.
I was just curious
Yeah,
your
okay.
definition.
Faux show? Fascism?